Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect of the first platform in history to fight to end what some people call colorism, but what I call darkism. I started this platform called Dark Skin Activism in 1998. It consists of books that I write about only dark skin. It also consists of darkism talks and darkism commentary, which is the first of its kind on social media and anywhere else for that matter. And it also consists of the performances of my plays about only dark skin. And as you guys can see on the screen, you should be able to see that coming up on September 1st at 4 p.m. at the Tubman African American Museum in Macon, Georgia, I am going to be doing a performance reading of my play called A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge on the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. So make sure you guys save that date. I'm going to leave the information on the screen so you can screenshot it or do whatever you need to do so that you can remember the information. My website is darkskinactivist.com. Once again, darkskinactivist.com, darkskinactivist.com. You can go there and download a free ebook copy of my book entitled Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. And I have to say this before I get started. Those of you that are hardcore followers that watch my videos, you know, because I have experienced so many people stealing from my brand on Facebook and on social media and on YouTube. There are people out here perpetuating as the dark-skinned activist. You're not. I invented this lane. It wasn't thought of or heard of before. I brought it to the internet. Colorism, the content, the topic of colorism. I brought it to the internet really back in 2010 with the first Colorism channel. I went viral for calling out Kendrick Lamar's darkism back in 2015 and was subsequently made Donkey of the Day by Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club. And after that went down, that is when Black social media began speaking about colorism. Prior to me going viral for calling out Kendrick Lamar's darkism and being made Donkey of the Day by Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club, there was no colorism topical channels. So I want to be clear on that before I even continue. Moving right along. There is a channel. Nicole Wilson, she's on here saying, she said, I'm tired of being dark skinned. I see you in the comment. I understand. I get it because, you know, I get tired of the way that dark skinned people are treated. I get tired of the mistreatment that I experience myself on a day-to-day basis as a dark-skinned person. So I understand exactly where you are coming from, Nicole Wilson. Trust me when I say that. And I really, truly, genuinely from my heart, no BS and not all them games. I ain't got time to be playing all them games. All these fake people coming on YouTube telling fake stories, dark-skinned stories, stealing and taking from dark-skinned people and further causing us oppression. So I get where you're coming from. I get it, Nicole. Trust and believe. When I tell you I understand, I do. Let me tell you something. People try to make it seem like, you know, dark-skinned people are causing all of their own problems. But I'm telling you right now, you know, that dark-skinned people don't cause all of their problems. We are responsible for some of our problems, and we do have to take accountability. But we don't cause all of our problems. And conversely, when problems are caused not by dark-skinned people and problems are exacerbated not by dark-skinned people, I don't hear nobody calling out the non-dark-skinned people to the extent that they should for the problems that they've actually caused in the lives of dark-skinned people. So this is why I'm making this video here. First of all, I'm going to talk about a young man from a channel called Atlanta Street Interviews. And you guys have heard me mention this channel before. And I don't watch a lot of YouTube channels. I'm not going to tell y'all no lie. If I watch somebody's YouTube channel, it is because it has struck a chord with something inside of me, and it has to be really, really, really on that genuine level, or I'm not going to deal with it. The type of YouTube channels that I normally watch are channels that have to do with homelessness and health and wellness, and veganism, raw veganism, stuff like that. Other than that, I really don't sit there and watch a lot of YouTube videos. But the reason I watch Atlanta Street Interviews is because I watch YouTube channels about homelessness in general. And before Atlanta Street Interviews, I have to say this because I think that people should give credit to where it's due on YouTube and stop just taking ideas from other people on YouTube and not giving them credit. Before there was Atlanta Street Interviews, y'all, there's a channel called Soft White Underbelly where he interviews homeless people in distress. There's also another channel, I forgot the name of it, but it's a white guy that runs a channel where he interviews homeless people. And so all of those homeless channels I had been watching way before Atlanta Street Interviews came on the scene. And I think that, and I could be wrong, but I think that Atlanta Street Interviews probably ran across those channels and decided to, create his own brand of homeless channel, but focused on homeless people in Atlanta. So I just want to state that out at the outset that the reason I watched Atlanta Street Interviews is because I was watching the other homeless channels that came before him for years and making donations to some of the patrons or some of the people on those other channels. And the reason why I watch homeless interviews on YouTube is because I myself was homeless. That's why. And I know how it feels. I empathize with homeless people. I feel bad for them. And whenever I have the funds, I always donate. Okay. Even though I will say this, some of them people on Atlanta Street Interviews, they has been sitting up there lying. They've been lying about certain situations, and I don't like the fact that they have lied just to get donations. You shouldn't be coming on making up stuff and making things seem to be what they aren't, just to get donations. I don't like that. But I don't have no control over what come out of these people's mouth. But like I said, that's the reason why I watch those channels, because I was homeless. And I also think that Atlanta Street Interviews should pay homage to the homeless channels that came before him. Because there were channels that was before him that's been doing this, So I think that people on YouTube really need to stop taking all the credit for if their channel blows up and becomes successful, if you know that there were channels before you that dealt with the same content. All right, so I have laid that out. So there's a guy, and I think Atlanta Street Interviews came on the scene probably maybe a little over a year and a half, something like that. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But I remember one of his videos from the Atlanta Street Interviews popped up in my news feed. That's how I got to start watching him, because again, I had already been watching homeless videos from other channels. And one day, one of his videos popped up in my news feed. It was a dark-skinned young lady. And I watched that video. And Josias is one of the people that he interviewed. And Josias is now very, very, very popular. Josias has literally gone viral. But I'm going to tell you like this. I remember when Josias first came out on Atlanta Street Interviews channel. Okay. He popped his head up in a video where Atlanta Street Interviews was in. Marcus is his name, was interviewing somebody else. And he popped up in this young lady's video. And that's when he first kind of came on the scene. And then later on, Marcus started to interview him and subsequently did a series. But this is very important. When Josias first came on Marcus' channel, I remember I've been watching that channel from literally its inception. When Josias first came out on Atlanta Street Interviews, he was on there with a dark-skinned young lady. Y'all don't believe me? Go look on the channel. Go look on the Atlanta Street Interviews channel and go all the way up to the beginning. And there's a dark-skinned young lady on there that's being interviewed. And she, at the time, was dating Josias. And I believe she was older than Josias. And Josias, he does, he does lie from time to time. He do. And, I'm empathetic towards him because, I do believe he has a mental problem. Homeless, going through whatever issues he's going through. So I am very empathetic towards him. But I'm just saying, he has told some lies. He lied about his age. He's lied about several things. Okay. I even believe he lied on his dad. Y'all can go watch the interviews and y'all can see all the stuff on there. Y'all can see. I told you, I've been following this channel almost since it came out. And I remember when Josias first came on there. So you can go back and see the history. And you're going to find out what I'm saying is true. Okay. He said some stuff about his dad that I believe he was lying about, because a couple of months later, Marcus was able to reunite Josias with his dad. And his dad came and got him. Okay? His dad came and got him. And, I just don't believe that a person that did the things that Josias was claiming his dad did, I don't believe that the man would have came and got him if that was true. I just don't believe that. So unfortunately, Josias, he's not told the truth, okay, on some things. But here's the thing that I want to point out. Josias currently has revealed on Atlanta Street Interviews that he is using and smoking crack, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, if you go back and look at when he first came on that channel, when he was with that dark-skinned female, he was not using crack. He did not say nothing about using crack. He was not acting like he was high. He was not doing any of that. The only thing I can say, he might have was doing some lying. He was lying, but he did not come on there acting high and deranged. And I sat here and I have watched his transition from the time he was with that dark-skinned female last year when he first debuted on the channel all the way up until now. So he went from being with the dark-skinned female, and he wasn't on no drugs. He was just telling some lies here and there, but he wasn't on no drugs like that. So currently, he's admitted to using crack. Now that he's no longer with that dark-skinned female. Okay? So he went from, this is what I've seen. Y'all can get mad. I'm telling you the facts of what I've seen from the Atlanta Street Interviews that were done with Josias. He went from dealing with a dark-skinned female. Then I think he started dealing with, she looks a little bit light-skinned, but I'm not going to sit there and say she had him using no drugs and nothing like that, because there was no proof of that. I'm just giving y'all the timeline of the skin tone of females that he was dealing with. And I'm not sure if he was necessarily dating that one, but I did see him in a video with her. And I do believe that both of them end up going to jail. After her, he started dealing with a non-black female named Emily. And that's the one where Marcus captured like a series on Josias and Emily. And they ended up, going back home with Josias' father, who actually came all the way to Atlanta to get him. So he go from the dark-skinned female to the light-skinned female. Then he went to the white female. Then he went, recently I saw him on there with a, very, very briefly, he was on there with a dark-skinned young lady, but it seems like he got rid of her. And now he's with a non-black female. So he seems to just go through females. But what I noticed is when he started out, I want to be very clear. He did not talk about being on using no crack. I'm talking about when he first came on the channel with that dark-skinned woman. He was not acting high, none of that. And again, for those of you that got any problem with what I'm saying, go back to the beginnings on Atlanta Street Interviews videos and channel. You and look at those videos and you will see what I'm talking about. Now all of a sudden, this dude has gone down and he's going down. Now he has admitted now that he is no longer with a dark-skinned female. He's not with no dark-skinned female. I'm telling you, currently he's on there with a non-black female. He's on there with a non-black female. Okay. Another reason I'm pointing this out, because people try to make it seem like this darkism world, this racist world, try to make it seem like black women are the worst fucking thing since sliced bread. Try to make it seem like we are the cause of black males going down. We are the cause of the race going down. Well, I need somebody to fucking explain to me why when Josias was with the dark-skinned female, he wasn't on no crack. There's no indication up on there that came out of his mouth of him talking about he was doing drugs or crack when he was with that dark-skinned female. Okay? But now that he's with a non-dark-skinned female, he has admitted this. So motherfuckers is not gonna sit up here and put all the bad shit off on dark-skinned women. I'm tired of people doing that. You're not gonna fucking do it, because I'm sitting up here watching in real time a black young man go from, okay, yeah, I got my mental problems, I got my homeless problem, but I'm not doing no hardcore drugs. So now you're doing crack, and you at first you was with a dark-skinned woman, and now you with a non-dark-skinned woman. Somebody better make that shit make sense. And somebody better stop sitting up here blaming black women and dark-skinned women for everything. Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Hey, Woo Woo and Dolly and Pizza Rolls and B Money. I'm finna read some of y'all comments. Woo Woo says, I like soft white underbelly more. He interviews a wide variety of different people. Yep, he does. And Dolly says, me personally, I think he got a thing for white girls because he would always hug up his two white girlfriends he had, but the black girls, I noticed he wasn't affectionate with her. Did you notice that too? Well, he does kind of seem more endeared to the black females that he's dating. Like, for example, the most recent one, he wants to protect her. He even talked about some form of protection where I guess he must have confronted somebody that did something to her and whatnot. So I could see that, Dolly. I could definitely see that. Pizza Roll says the dude is on drugs. He will take anything he can get, but let him become famous. He's gonna get a white. Yep, I believe that too. Yep, you know what? That's a great point. That's a great point. And you know, it's black people that's mainly watching. I believe that there's black. I could be wrong, but I'm just gonna tell you like this. I believe it's mainly black people that's watching Atlanta Street Interviews. I believe that's Atlanta Street Interviews core audience. You got all these black women sitting up here in support of him, and they probably done send him donations. They probably done send him. I know I sent a donation for Chris, who Atlanta Street Interviews had designated Chris as his bodyguard, quote unquote. And when I heard Chris's story, I did feel sorry for him. I be feeling sorry for these people, but I feel like it's a lot of black women that feel like me. We be feeling bad for them, and we will send donations, and we want to help them. So if he does get famous, Pizza Rolls, and decides not to be with a black woman, you know what? I'm fucking done. I ain't gonna tell no lie, because that is betrayal. That is straight betrayal, because it is a lot of black women up on Atlanta Street Interviews that is supporting him, and as well as the other black males on there that's sending donations and sending also encouraging comments. Okay. And that feel bad for him and that want to see him, do better. Okay. And I don't know what happened. I think he claimed that he claimed allegedly, it is alleged that the dark-skinned woman cheated on him. But I don't know. He does lie a lot. So I don't know if that's true. I cannot sit here and say that that is true. But all I can tell y'all, what I do see from the video, from looking at the videos, is back last year when he first came on the channel with that dark-skinned woman that he was with at the time, he was not doing no drugs. He was not high as a kite, and he was not acting no damn fool. When he started dealing with the non-black ones, that's when all this crack stuff started coming into the picture. That's a fact. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. I've been watching that channel from damn near its inception, and I know what I done seen with my own eyes. So I'm not gonna sit here and allow this not to be pointed out. I'm not gonna sit here and allow that. And I noticed that a lot of people are very empathetic to him and his non-black girlfriends. Are y'all empathetic to the black ones? Are y'all empathetic to the black ones? Do y'all? And I'm not saying not to have empathy for any human being, white, black, purple, green, because I have empathy for all skin tones and all races. But I just feel like y'all don't be giving enough to the black, dark-skinned female. I feel like sometimes even dark-skinned females don't give enough to the dark-skinned black female. Y'all, we're not giving enough credit to that dark-skinned female that he was with, who he wasn't doing crack with. I need to go back on that interview and find out that young lady name. Because all I got to do is go to the channel and go to the interviews from last year, and I'll find out her name. But I want to know why nobody ain't giving her credit. Because if she was so damn bad, he would have been doing drugs with her. And I ain't heard them make one damn mention. Now, I'm going to sit up here and tell you right now, if I was to find out that, they was up there doing drugs together, whatnot, crack together, then I'll take back what I'm saying. But I'm telling you, I'm going based off of the videos of what's coming out their own mouth. I'm going based off of what's coming out their mouth on the videos. They're the ones that's giving these interviews. They putting out all this information public for the world to see, and people are going to critique. People are going to have their opinion. People are going to talk about it, and that's just what it is. Okay, Lele Frankie, you could say whatever you want to say, because I'm not really worried about what you're saying, because I just realized you coming on here to start something, but that's okay. That's all right too. Mess starters are, whatever. But yeah, y'all, that's really what I had to say. I wanted to point that out, and I wanted to give that dark-skinned female some credit for not, encouraging crack use when Josias was with her. I wonder where she at. Like, I wish, Marcus could do a follow-up on the dark-skinned female that Josias was with when Josias first debuted on Atlanta Street Interviews. That's what I would like to see. Where is that young lady at now? Because to me, she had a more positive influence on him than the others did. And to me, from what I saw in the video, yes, she was homeless, but you could just see that she had kind of more of a fight spirit in her, that, okay, I'm going through this, but I'm going to get out of this. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the females that he's been with as of late, they're more depressive, and they're more prone to me to just be like, okay, I'm going to let my situation overtake me, and I'm going to go and use some illegal substances to make myself feel better. That's what it seems like to me. That's going on. And again, y'all, I am basing this off of the videos that Josias gets on Atlanta Street Interviews and does. He puts this stuff out to the public. These people are putting this stuff out to the public. Okay? And I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to talk about it from the dark-skinned activist point of view. The dark-skinned activist point of view, because this is what the I do. Okay? Okay? All right. So that's all I wanted to say in that regard, y'all. And I thank y'all for taking the time to listen. I want to encourage everybody to, if you are in the Atlanta area, I'm going to be performing at the Atlanta Black Theater Festival on September 1st at 4 p.m. And I'm going to be doing a performance reading of A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, September 1st, Friday at 4 p.m. The location is the Tubman African American Museum, located at 310 Cherry Street in Macon, Georgia. Okay, so save that date. Also, make sure you guys make a donation. Make a donation. Make a donation. I agree with you, Pizza Rolls, and I won't be liking that either. I'm in need of sponsors, so I'm asking everyone to please choose a platform to donate and make the donation. I have 3 different platforms. I have my PayPal, and I'm going to put those in the chat right now. I have my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. My fundraising goal is $5,000. I'm nowhere near that right now, but please make a donation. icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, that's icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. I'm putting that in the chat. You can also go to my GoFundMe by Googling Rashida Strober GoFundMe. Once again, Rashida Strober GoFundMe, and I'm going to put that in the chat right now as we speak. Once again, my fundraising goal for this particular production is to raise $5,000. I'm nowhere near that, but you guys can help make that happen. Please go make a donation today. My last platform where you can donate is you can go to my Cash App. And my Cash App is $RashidaLala. Once again, that's $RashidaLala. Once again, that is $RashidaLala. And I'm putting that in the chat right now as we speak. And I do prefer the Cash App, but you guys, it's your choice. Obviously, you can donate to whichever platform you deem that you want to donate to. I've got the Cash App there on the screen, as you guys can see. It's $RashidaLala. Once again, that's $RashidaLala. Once again, $RashidaLala. I am an independent, self-producing artist, and I have to put up the funding to produce my own show. And that is the reason why I always am fundraising. So I'm asking that you guys would make a donation. Make a donation today. Make a donation today. Once again, that Cash App is $RashidaLala, $RashidaLala. Once again, that's $RashidaLala. And I haven't gotten, I am grateful for the donations I've gotten. Don't get me wrong. But I haven't gotten enough donations as of late to support this particular production. So I'm asking all of you to please go and make a donation. No donation is too great. No donation is too small. I appreciate every single donation that I have gotten and that I will get. But I'm just asking you guys to make a donation. You can also go to my website, which is darkskinactivist.com, and there's my ebook there on the website listed for everybody that makes a donation. You can go there and you can download a free, well, actually, it's I wouldn't necessarily say it's free. It might be free to some, but to others it might not. But I really give it to people in exchange for their donations. So you can go to my website, which is darkskinactivist.com. Once again, darkskinactivist.com. Once again, that is darkskinactivist.com. And you can download a free ebook copy of my book, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you will pick one of my financial platforms, whether it be my PayPal, my GoFundMe, or my Cash App, and make a donation today that goes towards the sponsorship of the performance reading of my play, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, on the Atlanta Black Theater Festival that's coming up September 1st. All right, guys. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. And y'all have a wonderful afternoon.